Twitter sometimes feel like a zoo to me. A friend of mine says that I cannot believe Twitter is free, or I think it's really worth to pay $8 for Twitter. It should be even more, because Twitter in itself tends to be a goddamn zoo. It tends to be it tends to just be a big joke. And we have a situation here where community notes are violating people, and they try to frame Hololive for something awful. Now, I'm not really sure what is going on, but we will figure that out soon. Before we do that, though, make sure you like this video itself to help the algorithm gods, and also sub to the channel if you're interested in more reactions like this. Now, let's get into the video.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're up here. So welcome back to another edition of Community Notes Violating People. This is becoming a monthly segment on this channel where we look at the community note system on Twitter, which, in case you don't know, it is a communal fact check system where qualified users can leave notes under tweets, providing additional information about the subject of the tweet, dispelling misinformation, and other things like that. It is a generally very useful tool, but it also leads to some very funny results and people getting exposed for trying to spread lies. Now, before we get into today's examples, I'm going to provide you guys with another very useful tool, thanks to the sponsor of today's video.
Sponsor?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the Giga Chads at Factor have returned to sponsor this video. Get 50% off your first Factor box and 20% off your next month of orders using my link.
I'm ordering
Click the link
now
in the description or scan the QR code with your phone. Now, what is Factor? It is a trusted meal delivery service featuring a large selection of delicious pre-made meal options for you to enjoy. Look, you're busy. Why spend your free time shopping at the grocery store?
I know, right? Why would I do that?
Recipes that require extensive cleanup afterwards. Get chef-prepared meals on the table.
I saw somebody buy a Factor box in an ad, and do you know what they did? They turned on the oven, and then they put the factory box with the plastic in the oven. Delicious.
Just 2 minutes with Factor's ready-to-eat meals.
Imagine
so
cleaning. Yeah, look at this. Delicious.
Enjoy, like Anime Girls. And or my video.
If you buy Factory, you can look at Anime Girls way more, because you don't have to look at the kitchen anymore. You don't have to be there. You just put this thing in and you go look at your Anime Girls. Let's go.
That's right. All it takes is the ability to press a few buttons on the microwave, and 2 minutes
We're anime boys.
Have delicious meals ready to eat. And trust me when I say I stand by their quality. I also love Factor because they offer not only delicious meals, but also high protein and diet conscious meal options for people like me who want to maximize their gains at the gym.
Yeah.
Thanks again to Factor for sponsoring this video.
Thank you, Factor.
Click the link in the description or the pinned comment to get 50% off your first Factor box.
May God bless your business.
Off your next month of orders. Welcome back, guys. So typically when it comes to community notes, they're very straightforward. Like this one, for example.
What happened to Jim? He aged? I mean, like, what the fuck do you think happened? Like, this picture looks like it's from 1960s. Like, hello? What do you think? He's gonna look like this all his life?
Where the note is explaining the very confusing concept of how an actor would look older as time passes on.
Oh my God.
However, this other situation...
We just talked about, oh my God, okay.
And accompanying note we're going to look at is a bit more complicated and has some context that needs to be explained. So the other day, a YouTuber made a video called Everything Wrong with VTubers, listing out the reasons and the issues they have with the VTubing scene generally. And this would cause a lot of controversy because of the first minute of that video, which was also shared in this teaser video that they released promoting the video onto Twitter. Now, what went wrong? Well, in the beginning, they tried to frame a bunch of VTubers, including Hololive members, specifically Japanese Hololive members, as racist for what they are trying to frame as them saying the N-word.
Oh
now,
my
this
God.
would be hit with a note dispelling a lot of this. So first of all, one of the examples included a VTuber singing karaoke while reading the lyrics, and that's when she said it, and then immediately apologized for it. Worse yet, included were a bunch of clips of Japanese VTubers repeating the word as a character in GTA said. So they were simply repeating a line in English they did not understand. And then the most egregious example was one clip where basically he was trying to frame a Japanese term that sounds like the N-word in English as them actually saying the N-word. And making it even worse, it appears that those clips and the way that they said the word was shortened to make it sound even more like they were saying the N-word in English, when in reality they were saying a simple, inoffensive Japanese term. Now, there were other...
So, like, they were saying, like, you're annoying and stuff like that. And you know what's funny is that, it's not really funny, but, like, there's a lot of, like, racial words in English that Japanese VTubers have no idea about. They have zero idea. And whenever it happens that they mention those things, people, the management will tell them about it because they don't know. And this has happened so many times. This happens a lot of times.
Big issue.
These clips most of them had nothing to do with this. They didn't say anything bad.
Issues with this video. At one point,
Angie.
he mentions how horrible it is that people were sharing the personal information, former friends were sharing personal information of the VTuber Kenji, and how terrible that was. But then, in this first section of the video, literally 10 seconds in, they share an uncensored shot of a VTuber.
That was very ironic, wasn't it? I do think that was very ironic because Shizzy is a good friend of Kenji. I've seen him. I know him from Kenji. They fuck around a lot. They're good friends, right? So it is very ironic to see that in the first 30 seconds, he doxed someone after his friend, his close online friend, were being doxed himself.
VTuber's real life face, an agency VTuber's real life face from their past life account that has no association with their current activities. Now, when we get to a subject like this, as always, I have to make it very, very, very clear. I do not want anyone going out and trying to find this related clip and to also mention this VTuber by name in the comments section. All you need to know is that this was something that was completely wrong. This was a violation of their privacy and something that is a big no-no in the VTubing scene and had
Doxing is never acceptable, and this is not an excuse. What he did was shit, but he also did it by he didn't do it by accident, but he didn't know that this thing was not like knowledge, like universal knowledge. He just looked up these things and he found it by searching it up. You know, that's what he did, and it was a mistake. Does not excuse his action. But it's not as bad that it's not that his intent was to do this. And I think intent is often something people should think about.
No other purpose in this video other than to spite the person in question. Again, please do not mention this person out of respect for them, but that is the context as to what happened. And initially, when they were criticized for including that in the teaser video on not only Twitter, but in the video itself, they mocked all the calls for them to apologize. In fact, they would double, triple, and quadruple down in a series of non-apology apology videos where they would say it was no big deal and that they stood by what they did. However, eventually the teaser image would be deleted and the portion of the video that contained this section would be edited out by the uploader. So that is one of the reasons I feel comfortable talking about this in the first place, because these related videos have been edited or completely removed from Twitter. But as you can see in this now deleted post as well, that this person who made this video is in no way sorry for what they did, which is absolutely ridiculous. You know that they are definitely not sorry for what they did. They are just trying to cover their own ass and delete some tweets.
I never noticed this before. How did I not notice this before? Wait. Do you see his profile picture? God damn, Shizzy. If you don't know, okay, so for context, just for context, okay? There was this VTuber with 100,000 subs, followers on Twitch, with 400,000 subs on YouTube or something. And he basically doxed a VTuber, sat in 2 years in a chat room called support group for this VTuber, and all they did was figure out how to cancel him, how to ruin his life, and sat there and talked shit about him while posting pictures of him that wasn't public. And he got called out for it. He got canceled. And what he did is that he wiped everything. And on Twitter and on his YouTube channel, he changed the picture to "I'm sorry" like this. So what Shizzy did now was that he took that picture and put it in. Oh my god, this guy. Holy, I didn't know. Oh, I didn't notice it until now. How did I not notice it? Jesus.
And edit things out, because they should be much more worried about Cover Corp, because a lot of people reported that clip and the video to Cover Corp. And yeah, I'd be a lot less concerned about your fragile
He's throwing shade at Kage. Yeah, he is. Lore master. I am becoming a VTuber lore master, and I love it. I've seen some people have given me comments like they really enjoy my insight on things. I'm very happy about it. Now that I'm trying to learn more and more, I think it's great. I think it's really great. I want to know everything that's going around. I want to know everything.
I'd be much more worried about what Cover Corp is doing, especially when you make it very clear that you had the full intent to do what you did on multiple levels, by the way, that would offend some of the reputations of these Hololive VTubers. But yeah, I'd be much more worried about that. But that is the situation for now. So what were we doing again? Oh yeah, community notes violating people. So let's get back to the usual format.
I can't believe Twitter is still called X. Like, how long is this joke gonna run? Like, how long is this joke gonna be going? Can we change it already? Nobody cares about X.
Of this video. So here is the first note. Speaking of framing people as racist when they're not. So we have this clip that got a lot of attention where this person said, "White people always messing with other people's culture," referring to this girl right here doing this dance. So you can see the note. It says, in the video, this girl is a Swedish Indonesian dancer who lives in Bali and speaks the local language fluently. She is here performing legong, a style of Balinese dance characterized by exaggerated hand movements and facial expressions, which was a big issue with the people replying to this. They were making fun of the faces that she was making, claiming that she was ugly and that she was disrespecting their culture. However, the facial expressions are a part of this dance. So
she's probably even getting paid to do this.
Unwittingly, these people were actually insulting the culture by going after this girl who was actually respecting and appreciating that culture. Now, moving on to the next tweet, we see an example like this in every segment we do about community notes violating people. It's an example of an animal being hurt or put in a dangerous situation, and it's framed as something cute. You can see this tweet saying, "Stingray."
This thing is in mortal pain.
Like to be tickled, apparently.
No.
You can see that the stingray's smiling, guys. It's loving it.
No.
No, it's not. It says in the note here, the stingray is suffocating and is not enjoying being tickled. Yes, again, very weird that people keep framing things like this, but I'm glad the notes are catching on to this once again. Here's another common theme we see in these types of videos where this tweet claims, Riley...
Who the fuck? I don't know who this woman is, but who the fuck says this? Riley Gaines is a man. Okay. Okay. Why do you post this? What?
Gaines is a man. And the note says, Riley Gaines is a woman, an adult human female. The way that Twitter is trying to gaslight people into thinking that liking any woman with a tint of tone to their muscle is somehow wrong or gay or weird, or it makes this
spreading
person
lies.
not a woman. It's very strange how
I'm going to community note all of you
on Twitter, but I'm glad that the notes are continuing to shut down this weird attack on many different people in this scenario, mainly this woman who's being randomly attacked by someone for absolutely no reason. The simple crime.
I don't know about y'all guys, okay? I don't like beefy women that much, but you gotta give this woman a props. Do you know how much work it takes? Like, maybe when you're more into fitness, you can notice whenever people worked on it, but whenever you see people with a good back, man, that is effort. That is a lot of effort and work into. And whenever I see this girl and I see her abs, all I can think is respect. Jesus, respect. Good fucking job.
Of, I guess, being in shape. But moving on to the next note from creepy.org. Lockheed scientist Boyd Bushman shows a series of photographs of an alleged alien being before his death.
Oh my
And
god, it's the one from Mexico. Oh my god, it's the Mexican alien. Y'all remember this? Holy, aliens look like that? The same thing as sci-fi movies? I can't believe it. How did they know in the 80s, man? They freaking knew how aliens looked.
The alien was an exact match to a plastic alien toy which was being sold at Walmart prior to the interview. Ah, yes. Another note for creepy.org.
One, yeah.
Trying to
the one that was made from cake or something.
They're going for the world record of community notes.
Is that an illegal alien? Not in my America. Hell yeah, brother. Get your guns. This alien is standing between in my amendments.
On their account. But moving on to the next one. This one says,
what the fuck is this AI shit?
NFL draft is a lot like a slave auction, except the slaves aren't working for free. Where the note says, slaves are involuntarily held against their will, forced to work by threat of violence. The NFL players are voluntarily engaging in their chosen profession, and they can quit at any time.
And they also quit with millions of dollars.
Also, they make very good money in the process, and what they do with that money is up to them.
That's crazy.
The NFL draft to the slave trade is insane.
NFL slave trade
thing, and I'm glad, once again, the notes are shutting it down.
But you know what I love about this is they have like this unhinged take, and it's an AI picture in it. Like, this is what I think about AI, bros. Like, this is exactly what I imagine. Somebody there just having the most unhinged takes that you could ever hear in your life.
Once again, the notes are shutting it down. But moving on to some game journalists. So Games Radar here.
Gaming.
That Helldivers 2 is the best RPG of 2024. Do you agree?
Helldiver isn't even an RPG. Where do you think it's an RPG? Is because you can click up, down, left, right? Does that make it an RPG?
Well, the note does not agree. It says Helldivers 2 is a PvE squad-based shooter, not an RPG.
Damn. They must be embarrassing to be a game journalist and you don't even know what an RPG is. Like, you know, one of the most common and easy tropes to understand within gaming. And whenever you see a squad shooter, whenever you see a shooter, you're like, man, I don't know what this is, guys. Guys, I think this is a city sim simulator. This has to be it.
Game journalists getting basic facts wrong about the topic that they're trying to cover is nothing surprising. But moving on to the next one, it says the first trailer for Barry Jenkins' live-action Lion King prequel movie.
Are they making another one? There's no way they're making another one.
Mufasa, the Lion King, showing the trailer here. But the note says this movie is not live action. And I think that is the least of their...
Oh god. Yeah, this is real, guys. Live action right there. That's real.
Concerns. Look at the trailer for this on YouTube. Look at the like-dislike ratio. That is absolutely brutal and looks...
I don't even understand why they're remaking all of this shit, man. Fucking make something new, you dumb twat.
Like another upcoming Disney flop. They are really struggling.
These remakes
with their
are so
right
boring.
Now. It's sad.
I didn't even watch the last Lion King movie that they made because I don't care about this shit.
I wish they would actually release something good, like for their own interest and also
Ran
the
out
enjoyment
of ideas?
Of everyone else.
Don't they have like a bunch of writers and now AI? Can't they just make something up? Like figure something out. It's not that hard. You want to make something good, brother? There's like probably a bunch of fantasy books as well you can buy.
But moving on to the next note, and this is the most egregious tweet I have seen all day.
What the fuck?
Okay, so Bay Area's State of Mind says this. A groundhog named Chunk has been stealing...
Chunk? I know that streamer.
...farmer's crop from Delaware for 4 years.
You gotta stop playing League.
...and eats it right in front of a surveillance camera. This is a very serious set of allegations against Chunk, okay? Chunk is a respectable member of the community, and I don't appreciate you saying these things, and I'm glad to note set the record straight.
It says
Chunk, the groundhog, isn't stealing. The owner planted a garden especially for Chunk and his family. And by the way, Chunk's girlfriend is called Nibbles, and they have 4 kids.
Damn!
That's right, take it. Bayside State of Mind. How dare you come after Chunk and his family? I'm
Dude,
glad the
cancel
note
these
shut down
people.
this slander. Moving on to the next
They should be banned.
tweet from The Economist, saying gangs are gaining ground in Latin America. This is why iron fist policies
Wait, in all of Latin America, all of
won't
it?
beat them back, where the note says El Salvador's iron fist gang crackdown led to murders dropping by 70% in 2023. Who would have thought imprisoning and punishing violent criminals would reduce violent crime? That is crazy talk right there. I can't believe that this is happening. Moving on to the next one. This person says, did we cancel D-Day because of a little rough weather? No. Play the game. Where they're hit with a note saying D-Day was delayed by a day because of the weather. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people, especially like older people on social media, try to make this claim over and over again.
I'm surprised there's none of those guys with sunglasses. You know those close selfie pictures? And there's like this 50-year-old dude with sunglasses looking really mad into the camera. Like, I'm surprised we're not seeing that many posts of those.
And just stop.
Maybe they're not just they're just not making posts anymore.
Here. This is embarrassing to say, but also it gives me kind of the vibes of like, when like your grandparents or someone are talking about like how rough things used to be, like when they would take their old walk to school. You know, I used to go 15 miles.
That's crazy.
Uphill both ways on my commute to school. Like, it's just like you could put it to rest. This is a little goofy. Moving on, here's another note on a tweet saying scientists at Stanford University have reconstructed this 3D model of how Mary, the mother of Jesus Christ, might have looked. And the note says this.
You can't make this shit up, man. Yeah, that's You know what? Maybe Asmon is right. Twitter should cost more than $8 because this is insane. This is Dua Lipa 3D model. Oh my god.
This is Dua Lipa 3D model. It kind of reminds me of like that article, like this is what gamers will look like in 20 years. But moving on to the next one. So it says no community note. He actually did that, referring to someone saying this is not Metal Gear Rising prop. Hideo Kojima can just do that with this police.
Yeah, he just cut that down
in half. When the note says Hideo Kojima can actually do
that. He can. I've seen him.
Amazing. My mind has been blown. But moving on, here is the final note of this video from a I just noticed the @ of this person. Oh my god. But they say there is no same shape. And the note says cylinder, because there's 2 cylinders. You know, it's the simpler notes that I really enjoy the most. But yeah, that's going to do it for another round of community notes violating people.
That's
a new
amazing.
staple in this channel, probably once a month from now on. But I hope you guys enjoyed as always, and feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below.
Who made
I'll see you guys next time.
Like, who makes this, man? Are people on some kind of drug that I'm unaware of? Because, like, how do you make this? I don't know. This is stupid. Holy shit, that was stupid. That was something. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, make sure you like this video to help the algorithm, guys, and sub to the channel if you enjoy these kind of reacts. My god, that was something. People that want to farm for engagement, probably I don't know, green crayon, red were better. Delicious. Anyways, that was something. See you in the next one. Peace.